Okay, magandang araw po sa ating lahat saan ka mang panig ng buong mundo. Ang i-discuss ko ngayon ay tungkol sa restriction on live streaming. Okay, basa muna tayo. Restrictions on live streaming. To live stream on mobile, your channel will need to have at least 1,000 subscribers. Note that this eligibility threshold does not apply to other live streaming tools. Creators who have less than 1,000 subscribers can still live stream through a computer and webcam. Tuloy, your channel's live streaming ability will be automatically turned off for any of the following reasons. Your channel got a community guidelines strike. Your live stream or achieved live stream is blocked globally. Your live stream or archived live stream gets a copyright takedown. Your live stream matches another copyrighted live broadcast. You have reached your daily limit for creating live streams. You can try again in 24 hours. In addition, for channels that have a significant number of videos with features disabled, live streaming functionality may also be disabled. You can check if your channel has any strikes and check whether you currently have access to live streaming here. If your account has been restricted from live streaming, you are prohibited from using another channel to live stream on YouTube. This restriction applies for as long as it remains active on your account. Violation of this restriction is considered circumvention under our terms of service and may result in termination of your account. If you suggest that you will live stream content that violates our community guidelines, we may age restrict or remove your live stream or remove your channel's ability to live stream. We will also remove live streams that show someone holding, handling, or transporting a firearm. Transporting a firearm. Check natin kung may nanonood sa atin. Wala pa. Basa muna tayo mga kaibigan. Made for Kids restriction. If your channel or live streams audience is set as made for kids, some features will be turned off or restricted. Here are just a few examples. Say a complete list of features. Okay, basahin po natin ito mamaya. Disabled features. Live chat and subsequently live chat replay and support chat. Comments on live stream archives upcoming streams. Reminder notification for upcoming streams. I repeat, made for kids restrictions. If your channel or live streams audience is set as made for kids, some features will be turned off or restricted. Here are just a few examples. I-click natin itong see a complete list of features. Set your channel or videos audience. Regardless of your location, you are legally required to comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act and or other laws. You are required to tell us that your videos are made for kids if you make kids content. As a YouTube creator, you are required to set feature and existing videos as made for kids or not. Even creators who don't make content for kids need to set their audience. This will help ensure that we offer the appropriate features on your content. Uh, to help you comply, there are made for kids audience settings on YouTube Studio. You can set your audience at the channel level, which will set all of your feature and existing content as made for kids or not. Or at the video level, if you choose this option, you will need to set its existing and future video as made for kids or not. Sabi na dito sa baba, note, to set to set your audience as made for kids, you will need to do so in YouTube Studio. You will not be able to do so in Creator Studio Classic. Well, make the audience selection tool available to third-party applications and the YouTube API services in the near future. For now, please use YouTube Studio to upload made for kids content. Sabi na dito sa baba, important. Why every creator must set their audience. Okay. These changes are required as part of a settlement with the U.S. Federal Trade Commission and New York Attorney General and will help you comply with the Children's Online Privacy Protection Act or COPA and all other applicable laws. Regardless of your location, we require you to tell us whether or not your videos are made for kids. If you fail to set your audience accurately, you may face compliance issues with the FTC or other authorities, and we may take action on your YouTube account about the FTC's enforcement of COPA. Okay. Uh, a few notes. We use machine learning to help us identify videos that are clearly directed to your audiences, to young audiences. We trust you to set your audience accurately, but we may override your audience setting choice in cases of error or abuse. Do not rely on our systems to set your audience for you because our system may not identify content that the FTC or other authorities consider to be made for kids. If you need help determining whether or not your content is made for kids, check out this Help Center article or consult legal counsel. Videos that you set as made for kids are more likely to be recommended alongside other kids' videos. If you're already set your audience for your video in YouTube detects error or abuse, you may see your video as set to made for kids. You will not be able to change your audience setting if you think made it take. Okay. Napunta tayo sa iba ah. Okay, patuloy natin. Made for kids restrictions, disabled features, live chat and subsequently live chat replay and super chat. Comments on live stream archive and upcoming streams. Reminder notifications for upcoming streams. Lahat ng nabanggit ko ay pwedeng ma-disable ito kapag ang content mo ay hindi ito uh, not suitable for the kids. So, kailangan mong i-check yung made for kids restriction. Kung ang content mo ay may problema doon sa video mo na hindi pwedeng panoorin ng mga bata. Kaya kailangan mong i-check yung made for kids restriction. Restricted features. Highlight Videos created from a source video set as meant for kids will have the same restrictions as the original. Ads personalized will be disabled on live streams and premieres. Contextual ads may be shown. Live streams featuring minors. In order to better protect minors on YouTube, we do not allow children under the age of 13 to live stream unless they are visibly accompanied by an adult. Channels not in compliance with this policy may lose their ability to live stream. Okay? Mag-iingat po tayo mga kaibigan sa ah, nagla-live ng mga anak natin, yung under the age of 13, unless na gabayan po natin sila at meron silang kasamang magulang na sila ang naggagabay sa mga bata. Kasi bawal po ito sa nagla-live stream na under the age of 13. Kapag lumabag ka dito, channels not in compliance with this policy may lose their ability to live stream. Okay, mag-check tayo dito. Okay, magbasa-basa muna tayo mga kaibigan habang wala pang tao. Ads. As a reminder, advertiser-friendly guidelines and restriction on paid product placements and endorsements apply to live streams too. Okay. Ulitin po natin mga kaibigan. Sa pagla-live po, kung gusto po ninyong mag-live, sa True Mobile, kailangan mo ang 1,000, at least 1,000 subscribers para makapag-live stream ka sa inyong cellphone or mobile. Pero kapag sa computer ka magla-live stream, kapag less than 1,000 subscribers ka, pwede ka mag-live stream sa computer, through computer. Your channel's live streaming ability will be automatically turned off for any of the following reasons. Ito po yung mga violation po natin. Kapag ang live stream mo ay biglang nag-automatically na patay or na off, ito yung mga dahilan. Your channel got a community guidelines strike. Okay. Meron kang guidelines strike. So, pindutin po natin itong community guidelines strike. Basahin po natin ito kung ano po ang kanyang sinasabi. Community guidelines strike basics. This article is about community guidelines strikes. If you're looking for information about copyright strikes, which are different from community guidelines strikes, go to our copyright strikes basic. Okay, punta tayo dito mamaya. Tapusin ko muna itong community guidelines. Community guidelines are the rules of the road for how to behave on YouTube. If your content violates our community guidelines, your channel will be issued a strike. Kapag first strike ka, second strike, hanggang third strike, kapag na-reach mo yung 3 strike, ibig sabihin may 3 warning ka. Pag 3 warning ka, hindi ka na makakapag-live stream. Ma-terminate yung live stream mo or pati yung channel mo. So mag-ingat po tayo sa pagla-live stream. Sometimes content is removed for reasons other than violations, such as a first party privacy complaint, or a court order. In these cases, the uploader would not get a strike. Okay. What happens if you get a strike? Okay. What happens if you get a strike? If a strike is issued, you will let you know by email, through notifications on mobile and computer, and in your channel settings. We will also tell you what content was removed, which policies it violated, for example, harassment or violence, how it affects your channel, what you can do next. If your content violates our community guidelines, here's how it affects your channel. Warning: we understand mistakes happen and you don't mean to violate our policies. That's why the first violation is usually only a warning. Note that you will only be warned once, and this warning will remain on your channel. The next time your content is found to violate the community guidelines, you will get strike. Sometimes a single case of cyber abuse will result in channel termination without warning. If you think we made a mistake, you can appeal the warning. Okay? Kung wala po kayong violation, pwede kayong appeal the warning. First strike. If we find your content does not follow our policies for a second time, you'll get a this means you're unable to do the following for 1 week: upload videos, live streams, or stories, create custom thumbnails or community posts, create, edit, or add collaborators to playlists, add or remove playlists from the watch page using the save button, show a trailer during your premieres, send viewers from a live stream to a premiere, or send viewers from a premiere to live stream. Check muna tayo. Ay, sabi niya, "Hi idol, paki-pin ng bahay ko." Okay. Yan kita ng moderator at i-pin kita. Salamat. Versal Vlog, nabigyan kita ng jacket mo, pero salamat sa pagbisita. Pero mag-ingat ka sa pag-drop ng link, ha. Hindi sabay, hindi sabay, hindi sunod-sunod, isa-isa lang. Tuloy po natin, marami po tayong matututunan dito tungkol sa live stream restrictions. Okay, ulitin ko mga kapatid. First warning, we understand mistakes happen and you don't mean to violate our policies. That's why the first violation is usually only a warning. Note that you will only be warned once, and this warning will remain on your channel. The next time your content is found to violate the community guidelines, you will get a strike. Sometimes a single case of cyber abuse will result in channel termination without warning. If you think we made a mistake, you can appeal the warning. First strike. If we find your content does not follow our policies for a second time, you will get a strike. This means you are unable to do the following for 1 week: upload videos, live streams, or stories, create custom thumbnails or community posts, create, edit, or add collaborators to a playlist, add or remove playlists from the watch page using the save button, show a trailer during your premiere, send viewers from a live stream to a premiere, or send viewers from a premiere to a live stream. Okay, full privileges will be restored automatically after the 1 week period, but your strike will remain on your channel for 90 days. Kapag first strike mo, mananatili pa rin yung strike mo sa channel mo sa loob ng 90 days. Pero, sabi na dito, ulitin ko, full privileges will be restored automatically after the 1 week period. But your strike will remain on your channel for 90 days. Yung strike mo, mananatili pa rin sa channel mo sa loob ng 90 days bago mabura. Second strike. If you get a second strike within the same 90-day period as your first strike, you will not be able to post content for 2 weeks. Okay? Ulitin ko. Second strikes. If you get a second strike within the same 90-day period as your first strike, you will not be able to post content for 2 weeks. 2 linggo. Hindi ka na makakapost ng video mo. If there are no further issues, full privileges will be restored automatically after the 2-week period. But each strike will not expire until 90 days from the time it was issued. Okay? Pero, bawat strike hindi pa rin nag-expire hanggang sa loob ng 90 days from the time it was issued. Sabi niyo doon. Ito, third strike. No? Kapag nagkaroon ka ng third strike or third warning, ang sabi niya dito, 3 strikes in the same 90-day period will result in your channel being permanently removed from YouTube. Again, in each strike will not expire until 90 days from the time it was issued. Okay. Third strike, ulitin ko, or 3 warning. 3 strikes in the same 90-day period will result in your channel being permanently removed from YouTube. Again, each strike will not expire until 90 days from the time it was issued. Note, deleting your content will not remove a strike. We may also issue a community guidelines strike on deleted content. You can learn more about when we retain deleted content in our privacy policy. Basa muna tayo sa live stream. Okay, wala pa. What to do if you get a strike? We want to help you stay on YouTube, so remember to do the following. Learn about our community guidelines to make sure your content follows our policies. If your channel got a strike and you think we have made a mistake, let us know. You can appeal this decision here. YouTube also reserves the right to restrict a creator's ability to create content at its discretion. If your account has been disabled or restricted from using any YouTube features, you are prohibited from using another channel to get around these restrictions. This applies for as long as the restriction remains active on your account. Violation of this restriction is considered circumvention under our terms of service and may result in termination of your account. Okay. What to do if you get a strike? Sabi na dito. We want to help you stay on YouTube. So remember to do the following. Learn more about community guidelines. Okay? I-click natin itong community guidelines kung ano ang kanyang sinasabi. Community guidelines. Nandito po tayo sa community guidelines. Overview. Our community guidelines are designed to ensure our community stays protected. They set out what's allowed and not allowed on YouTube and apply to all types of content on our platform, including videos, comments, links, and thumbnails. You will find a full list of our community guidelines below. Spam, deceptive practices. Ulitin ko mga kaibigan, nandito tayo sa community guidelines overview. Our community guidelines are designed to ensure our community stays protected. They set out what's allowed and not allowed on YouTube and apply to all types of content on our platform, including videos, subcomments, links, and thumbnails. You will find a full list of our community guidelines below. Spam and deceptive practices, fake engagement, impersonation, links in content, spam, deceptive practices, and scams. Sensitive content. Sa baba ng sensitive content, child safety, custom thumbnails, nudity in sexual content, suicide, and self-injury. Dito muna tayo sa spam and deceptive practices. Sa baba nito, sabi na dito, fake engagement. Click natin ito. Fake engagement policy. The safety of our creators, viewers, and partners is our highest priority. We look to each of you to help us protect this unique and vibrant community. It's important you understand our community guidelines and the role they play in our shared responsibility to keep YouTube safe. Take the time to carefully read the policy below. You can also check out this page for a full list of our guidelines. I discuss about fake engagement policy here. So, kailangan makinig kayo. Paalala ko po sa mga beginners na nagla-live stream sa mobile or sa laptop or sa computer. Ito yung isa sa mga violation po natin kung minsan, fake engagement policy. Sabi na dito, YouTube does not allow anything that artificially increases the number of views, likes, comments, or other metrics, either by using automatic systems or serving up videos to unsuspecting viewers. Also content that solely exists to incentivize viewers for engagement, views, likes, comments, etc. is prohibited. Okay. Content and channels that don't follow this policy may be terminated and removed from YouTube. Important. If you hire someone to promote your channel, their decisions may impact your channel. Any method that violates our policies may result in content removal or a channel takedown, whether it's an action taken by you or someone you have hired. We consider engagement to be legitimate when a human user's primary intent is to authentically interact with the content. We consider engagement illegitimate, for example, when it results from coercion or deception, or when the sole purpose of the engagement is financial gain. If you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instruction for reporting violations of our community guidelines are available here. If you have found a few videos or comments that you would like to report, you can report the channel. Okay, basa muna tayo dito sa ating live stream. Ang pinag-uusapan dito ay live stream restrictions. What this policy means for you. If you are posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it fits any of the descriptions noted below. Links or promotes third-party services that artificially inflate metrics like views, likes, and subscribers. Content linking to or promoting third-party view, count, or subscriber gaming websites or services. Offering to subscribe to another creator's channel only if they subscribe to your channel. Sub for sub. Note, you are allowed to encourage viewers to subscribe. Hit the like button, share or leave a comment. Content featuring a creator purchasing their views from a third party with the intent of promoting the service. This policy applies to videos, video descriptions, comments, live streams, and any other YouTube product or feature. Keep in mind that this is not a complete list. How engagement is measured? Okay ba? Ito na muna. Examples. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. A video testimonial in which a creator shows themselves successfully purchasing artificial feeds traffic from a third party, a video in which a creator links to a third party artificial feeds traffic provider and a promotional or supportive context. For example, I got 1 million subscribers on this video in a day, and you can too. A video that tries to force or trick viewers into watching another video through deceptive means, for example, a misleading labeled information card. Channels dedicated to artificial channel engagement, traffic, or promoting businesses that exist for this sole purpose. Remember, these are just some examples, and don't post content if you think it might violate the policy. Okay. What happens if content violates this policy? If your content violates this policy, you will remove the content and send you an email to let you know if this is your first time violating our community guidelines. You will get a warning with no penalty to your channel. If it's not, you will issue a strike against your channel. If you get 3 strikes, your channel will be terminated. You can learn more about our strike system here. Basa muna tayo sa nagko-comment. Wala pang nagko-comment dito. Okay, ito, pagpatuloy po natin. Ang topic natin ngayon ay, ano bang topic natin ngayon? Live stream restrictions. Okay. Ang binasa ko ngayon ay tungkol sa fake engagement policy. So, balik tayo dito sa ating kanina, community guidelines. Dito sa community guidelines ay marami tayong matututunan dito. Spam and deceptive practices. Sa baba ng spam and deceptive practices, tapos tayo dito sa fake engagement. Susunod naman itong impersonation, kung ano ang ibig sabihin nitong impersonation. Impersonation policy. The content intended to impersonate a person or channel is not allowed on YouTube. YouTube also enforces trademark holder rights when a channel or content in the channel causes confusion about the source of goods and services advertised. It may not be allowed. If you see content that violates this policy, please report it. If you feel that yours or another creator's channel is being impersonated, you can report the channel by following the instruction here. What these policies mean for you. So if you are posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it fits any of the descriptions noted below. Channel impersonation. A channel that copies another channel's profile background or overall look and feel in such a way that makes it look like someone else's channel. The channel does not have to be 100% identical as long as the intent is clear to copy the other channel. Personal impersonation, content intended to look like someone else is posting it. So ang ibig sabihin ng impersonation, nangungopya ka sa channel ng ibang YouTubers or creators. kinopya mo yung channel, pati yung channel art, pati yung pangalan, kinopya mo. Bawal po yun. Yun po ang tinatawag nilang impersonation. So sabi na dito, the channel does not have to be 100% identical as long as the intent is clear to copy the other channel. Sabi na dito. Examples. Ito yung mga examples ng impersonation. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Channels with the same name and image as another channel, with the only difference being a space inserted into the name or a zero replacing the letter O. Using someone else's real name, username, image, brand, logo, or other information to trick people into believing you are that person. Exactly matching a channel description to another channel. Setting up a channel using the name and image of a person and pretending that person is posting content to the channel. Setting up a channel using the name and image of a person and then posting comments on other channels as if they were posted by the person. Channels claiming to be a fan account but actually posing as another's channel and re-uploading their content. Channels impersonating an existing news channel. Please reminder, these are some examples and don't post content if you think it might violate this policy. What happens if content violates this policy? If your content violates this policy, we'll remove the content and send you an email to let you know if this is your first time violating our community guidelines. You will get a warning with no penalty to your channel. If it's not, we'll issue a strike against your channel. If you get three strikes, your channel will be terminated. You can learn more about our strikes system here. Okay. Tapos tayo dito, balik tayo doon sa community guidelines. Ito, basahin po natin itong links and content. Ito ay isang community guidelines, links and content. Click natin ito. Basa muna tayo kung may nanonood sa atin. Wala na. Okay. External links policy. External links policy, sabi na dito. Links that send users to websites featuring content that violates our community guidelines are not allowed on YouTube. Links that send users to websites using content that violates our community guidelines are not allowed on YouTube. If you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instruction for reporting violation of our community guidelines are available here. If you have found a few pages or comments that you would like to report, you can report channel. What this policy means for you. If you are posting content, don't post links in your content on YouTube if they fit any of the descriptions noted below. Links to pornography, okay? Hindi masama mag-post ng links sa video descriptions kapag ito ay walang violation. No? Kapag wala kang violation, kapag maganda yung website mo, pwede mong i-post. Pag alam mong may problema, huwag kang mag-post. Ito po yung example ng what this policy means for you. If you're posting content, don't post links in your content on YouTube if they fit any of the descriptions noted below. Links to pornography, links to websites or apps that install malware, yung virus. Kapag ang website mo ay may virus, bawal po yun. Huwag kang mag-post sa description ng videos mo. Links to websites or apps, phishing for a user's login credentials, financial information, etc. Links to websites, apps, or other information technology that give unauthorized free access to audio content, audiovisual content for video games, software, or creating services. that normally require payment, links to websites that seek to raise funds or recruit for terrorist organizations, links to sites containing child sexual abuse imagery, links to sites selling items noted in our regulated goods guidelines. This policy applies to video descriptions, comments, live streams in any other YouTube product or feature. Please note this is not a complete list. Note, affiliate content does not violate description, uh, does not violate, no. Affiliate content does not violate YouTube terms of use. However, massively posting affiliate content in dedicated accounts may violate our policies around spam. You can learn more about what's allowed in our spam deceptive practices and scam policies. Examples. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. A video featuring sexual sexually themed content whose description says click here to see what YouTube will not be allowed and contains in a link to a pornographic site. Mm. A gameplay video whose description contains link to a website promising free in-game currency or online store credit but really links to a site that infects the user's computer with malware. Posting a link to a phishing site that steals users' banking logins and passwords. Instructing viewers to copy and paste an unclickable link in the video that takes them to a pornographic or spammy site. Any link leading users to a website, file hosting service, etc. that allows them to access or download child sexual abuse imagery. Ito ang bawal sa YouTube. Please remember, these are some examples and don't post content if you think it might violate this policy. What happens if content violates the policy? If your content violates this policy, we will remove the content and send you an email to let you know. If this is your first time violating our community guidelines, you will get a warning with no penalty to your channel. If it's not, you will issue a strike against your channel. If you get 3 strikes, your channel will be terminated. You can learn more our strike system here. Okay, balik tayo sa community guidelines. Susunod naman itong spam deceptive practices and scams. Basa muna tayo sa ating live. Okay. Dito sa spam deceptive practices and scams. On December 9, we started applying our presidential election integrity policy below to the 2020 US presidential election, meaning we remove content that misleads people by alleging that widespread fraud or errors change the outcome of the 2020 US presidential election. Uploaded on or after December 9, we have begun issuing strikes for new content that violates the policy uploaded on or after January 7, 2021. YouTube does not allow spam, scams, or other deceptive practices that take advantage of the YouTube community. We also don't allow content where the main purpose is to trick others into leaving YouTube for another site. If you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instruction for reporting violation of our community guidelines are available here. If you found if you videos or comments that you would like to report, you can report the channel. Okay. Wait lang, basa-basa muna tayo. Sige, pagpatuloy po natin. Let's continue our discussion. Ah, what these policies mean for you? If you're posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it fits any of the description noted below. Presidential election integrity content that advances false claims that widespread fraud errors or glitches change outcome of any past US presidential election. Note this applies to elections in the United States only. Okay. For the US 2020 presidential election, this applies to content uploaded on or other December 9, 2020. Video spam content that is excessively posted, repetitive, or untargeted in thus one or more of the following. Promises viewers they will see something but instead directs them off site. Gets clicks, views, or traffic of YouTube by promising viewers that they will make money fast. Sends audiences to sites that spread malware, try to gather personal information or other sites that have a negative impact. Misleading metadata or thumbnails. Using the title, thumbnails, description, or tags to trick users into believing the content is something it is not. Okay, manipulated media content that has been technically manipulated or doctored in a way that misleads users beyond clips taken out of context and may pose a serious risk of egregious harm. I will summary only because it's long statement. Voter suppression of census participation, candidate eligibility, uh, incentivization spam, comments spam. These are one of the examples of spam deceptive practices in scam policies. Go back to our community guidelines. Sensitive content, child safety, content that targets young minors and families but contains sexual themes, violence, obscene, or other mature themes not suitable for young audiences is not allowed on YouTube. In addition to your titles, descriptions, and tags, ensure your audience selections matches the audience your content is suitable for. YouTube does not allow content that endangers the emotional and physical well-being of minors. A minor is defined as someone under the legal age of majority, usually anyone younger than 18 years old in most countries or regions. If you find your if you find content that violates this policy, report it. If you believe that if child is in danger, you should get in touch with your local law enforcement to report the situation immediately. Instruction for reporting violations of our community guidelines are available here. If if you have found multiple videos or comments that you would like to report, you can report the channel. What this policy means for you. If you are posting content, sexualization of minors, sexually explicit content featuring minors, and content that sexually exploits minors. We report content containing child sexual abuse imagery to the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, who work with global law enforcement agencies. Harmful or dangerous acts involving minors, content showing a minor participating in dangerous activities or encouraging minors to do dangerous activities, never put minors in harmful situations that may lead to injury, including dangerous stunts, dares, or pranks. Okay. Infliction of emotional distress on minors. Content that would could cause minor participants or viewers emotional distress, including exposing minors to mature teams, simulating parental abuse, coercing minors, violence, misleading family content, content that targets young minors in families but contains sexual themes, violence, obscenity, or other mature themes not suitable for young audiences, cyberbullying, and harassment involving minors. Blah blah blah. Marami dito. So balik tayo sa community guidelines. Custom thumbnails. Thumbnails policy. Thumbnails that violate our community guidelines are not allowed on YouTube. If you see thumbnails that violate this policy, report them. What this means for you? Don't post a thumbnail on YouTube that fits any of the descriptions noted below. Thumbnails that includes pornographic images depicting sexual acts, nudity, or other sexually gratifying imagery, violent imagery intended to shock or disgust, graphic or disturbing imagery with blood or gore, thumbnails with vulgar or lewd language, thumbnails misleading viewers into thinking they're about to view something that's not in the video. Note, this is not a complete list, okay? Thumbnails that don't violate our policies but are not appropriate for all audiences. What happens when thumbnails violate our policies? If your thumbnail contains pornographic, we may terminate your channel. If your thumbnail violates our other policies, we will either restrict your video or remove the thumbnail and may issue a strike against your account. If this is the first time you have posted content that violates our community guidelines, you will get a warning with no penalty to your channel. If it's not, we will issue a strike against your channel. Your channel will be terminated. If you get 3 strikes, you can okay go back to our community guidelines. Next, sensitive content. Under sensitive content, nudity and sexual content. Uh, Explicit content meant to be sexually gratifying is not allowed on YouTube. Posting pornography may result in content removal or channel termination. Videos containing fetish content will be removed or age restricted. In most cases, violent, graphic, or humiliating fetishes are not allowed on YouTube. If you find content that violates this policy, report it. Instruction for reporting violations of our community guidelines are available here. If you found a few videos, comments, or sexually explicit content featuring minors and content that sexually exploits minors is not allowed on YouTube. We report content containing child sexual abuse imagery to the National Center for Misleading and Exploited Children, who work with global law enforcement agencies. What this policy means for you? If you're posting content, don't post content on YouTube if it has any of the items below explicit content featuring the below policy. Violations could result in channel termination. Depiction of genitals, breasts, or buttocks clothed or unclothed, for the purpose of sexual gratification, pornography, or depicting sexual acts, genitals, or fetishes for the purpose of sexual gratification on any surface, such as video, text, audio, images. Jesus. Thank you, Lord. So, let's continue. Please note that this is not a complete examples. Here are some examples of content that's not allowed on YouTube. Our discussion today is about nudity and sexual content policies. These are the examples. Clips, clips extracted from non-pornographic films, shows, or other content in order to isolate sexual content, real world or artistic groping, pantsing, public masturbation, obscuring, voyeurism, predatory exhibitionism, or any other content that depicts someone in a sexual manner without their content. Remember, these are just examples and don't post content if you think it might violate this policy. What happens if content violates this policy? If your content violates this policy, you will remove the content and send you an email to let you know. If this is your first time violating our community guidelines, you will get a warning with no penalty to your channel. If it's not, you will issue a strike against your channel. If you get 3 strikes, your channel will be terminated. Okay, go back to our community guidelines. Suicide and self-injury. To be continued tomorrow. I will finish this. I will finish this one. Suicide and self-injury. Uh, at suicide and self-injury policy at YouTube, we take the health and well-being of all our creators and viewers seriously. Awareness and understanding of mental health is important, and we support creators sharing their stories, such as posting content discussing their experiences with depression, self harm, or other mental health issues. We do not, however, allow content on YouTube that promotes suicide, self harm, or is intended to shock or disgust users. What to do if you find this content? If you come across content in which someone expresses suicidal thoughts or is engaging in self harm, please contact local emergency services immediately for help and flag the video to bring it to our immediate attention. What to do if you need support? If you are depressed, having thoughts of suicide or self-harming, know there is help in your and you are not alone. Many people turn to suicidal thinking and self-harm as ways to cope with painful emotions. Talking to a specialist can help you identify healthy, effective coping strategies and develop skills to manage difficult feelings. Below is a list of suicide preventing organizations dedicated to helping those in need in different countries and regions. The websites www.befrienders.organization and suicide.organization also have extensive list of organization. Okay, ipagpatuloy po natin bukas kasi mahaba itong usapan.
Bukas ipagpatuloy natin ang discussion kasi medyo mahaba-haba yung binasa ko kanina. Medyo magpahinga muna ako. Yung hindi pa nakinig sa akin,